So the way this came about, a number of things. I was a big supporter of Senator Obama before he became president, and he went on to become president. And his administration asked me, they said, you know, these corporations are trying to get bigger. You know, Comcast is trying to buy this, and Charter's trying to buy this, and so forth and so on. And they asked me, they said, are these good corporate citizens? And I said, do you really want the real answer, or do you want the Hollywood answer? And they said, we want the real answer. I said, no, they're not good corporate citizens. The answer is not no, it's hell no. And they said, why do you say that? And I said, because they spend about $70 billion a year licensing cable networks, 7-0. And out of that $70 billion a year licensing cable networks, probably less than $10 million goes to African-American owned content. Not to be confused with African-American targeted, not talented black faces, owned. And the difference between targeted and owned, as I said to somebody when my daughter was born, and I said, you know, I just had my daughter, and you have, and it was a white guy. I said, you have children as well. I said, yeah. I said, let me ask you something. As a white guy, and I'm a black guy, would you be comfortable if I controlled all the images and all of the likeness of how your daughter saw herself and grew up in the world seeing herself? I control that. I'm the one that determines whether she sees herself as a crackhead or a prostitute or somebody that's not that bright. I control her image from the moment she's born. Are you cool with me having control over how she grows up looking at herself? Honestly. And he said no. I said, well, why would you expect anything differently from me? Now that I have my daughter, I'm not asking for a seat at the table. I'm taking a seat at the table, and I'm going to control how she grows up and how she sees herself and how she feels about herself. That's not in your hands anymore. And that's the difference between targeted and owned. Don't get it confused.